Colorado girl. It's been nearly 1 week since Kayleah Wilson was last seen. Police say she left home Sunday, was supposed to meet up with friends for a birthday party. She never showed up. Wasn't reported missing for 6 hours, until 6 hours later. And now there may be holes in the family's timeline. And the mom's not talking to cops anymore. What's going on here? We're taking your questions and comments. 1-877-TEL-HLN. And joining me now, former police detective Steve Cardian, and also joining us, Dana Caulfield, an editor with the Denver Post Report. Dana, talk to us about what we're all wondering about here. Any leads in this? Anything since Sunday? Do we know anything more?
It doesn't sound like it. Today they did something that feels unusual to us, which is make an announcement that police presence was going to be felt much more strongly in the town of Greeley. And about an hour later made good on that and started pulling all traffic off of a road near the mall where the girl would have had to cross when she was walking to the birthday party, and just started randomly pulling drivers over into the mall parking lot, asking them if they had seen anything strange there since Sunday, handing out more flyers, and they're just really stepping up their local efforts at any rate. But beyond that, they say they haven't had any solid leads. They've had around 100 tips from people throughout the community, but nothing solid at this point.
I understand they held a press conference this afternoon, police saying that they have to assume the worst at this point. What does that mean? I mean, are they thinking that the critical time is now in the next couple of hours, next couple of days?
I can't say. They're just, they're not giving up details like that.
All right, and let's talk about this boyfriend, because this is just shocking. She's 12, he's 17. Steve, let me turn to you on this one. You know, I look at this. He's cooperating right now, I understand, but what about this relationship? Is it just, do you think he could be involved in any way? Is there anything about this?
Well, it's always a possibility, Ryan. When we look at childhood abductions, we see that less than 0.5% of the abductions that occur across the country are stereotypical stranger abductions. So therefore, we have to look very close at those people that surround the victim. And let me answer the question, too, that 72-hour period is very critical. If a child's not discovered within that time period, it becomes critical. And we see that the FBI joined in on Wednesday at about that 72-hour period.
And you know what, Dan, I'm thinking about this, and I'm trying to think of where she could go, where she might have gone. We know she lives with Mom and Grandma. Where's Dad?
Her dad lives in California, and that has been one of the theories that was floated by the girl's former stepfather, that her dad had frequently asked her to come out to California and visit him, and perhaps she got a wild hair and decided that she needed to go see him.
Okay, so she might be out there on her way there. And Steve, how do you deal with something like this? You got a 12-year-old going cross-country, people frantically searching for her. What do you think? They're camping out at Dad's house, seeing if something happens there?
No, Ryan, that's very unlikely. There would be evidence for her to take such a trip. A 12-year-old girl traveling alone, she'd have to have help. They would see by her belongings that she had taken items. So that's very unlikely that occurred.
Okay, Dana, we know there's some issues with this timeline here. I'm looking at it right now. 4 p.m. supposed to meet the friends. 7 p.m. the party time. Leaves 3 hours early. Mom's not talking to cops right now. Do we know anything about this? Is there any reason for her not to?
I didn't understand that she's not talking to cops. She spent 12 hours with the investigators on Wednesday, and on Thursday the police were at her house, so I have not been told that she had stopped talking with them, and they said she was fully cooperative.
Okay, 12 hours. Steve, let me turn to you quickly. I got a second here. 12 hours. Is that routine to spend 12 hours with police and questioning?
It may be, and certainly would raise a red flag as to why they kept her for such a long period of time.
All right, Dana, Steve, thank you so much. We appreciate it. All right, folks.